Well, welcome to Mark Titterington, long-time friend and director of the Forum for the Future of Agriculture, and new friend to the Forum, Tobias Bandel, co-founder of the Landbanking Group. I'm going to begin with Tobias and ask you, it's an exciting day because you're signing an agreement, a memorandum of understanding with the Forum. Tell me more about it and what it means to you.
Well, for us, it's indeed a great day, and thanks for having us here at the Forum. It's important, as you said yesterday, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And this is what we are here for in the Forum, to align with like-minded people, but also, since we are really from the private/finance sector, also to get a bit on a step in the door into the political Brussels, into the NGO world, because we need everything and use the convergence between the different sectors. So for us, it's really great to join and then co-create on, specifically, I would say, the financing the transition topic.
And Tobias, I know you're signing it today at the Forum, but I wonder what response you want from the agri-food sector. What would be the goal for the agreement?
I would say to really move out of the piloting and sort of let's do statements on stage world, but to get honest, grown-up sort of feedback from the practitioners. Say, okay, great idea, but that doesn't work, but that's brilliant, let's focus on this. And like with the banks, with investors, with larger food companies, to also say, okay, what if this is now 10 million hectares and not just 3.5? You know, to really have this co-creating effort, specifically also maybe looking at the operationalization of the strategic dialogue, the benchmarking system, to really have a working environment to get things done at scale.
So a working environment to get things done at scale, and we talk about getting nature-based solutions at scale at the Forum every year, Mark. Yeah. How important is this agreement for the Forum?
It's hugely important, Alex. I mean, we've grown our partnership base with NGOs, with value chain companies, with companies, I would argue, a new entrants to the value chain, like Microsoft, over the last couple of years. Our NGO partners have added considerable intellectual firepower, I think, to the Forum. And then as we started to talk about, well, okay, we need this transition, but how are we going to finance it? We'd started talking with Tobias and colleagues of the Landbanking Group, and this concept of putting nature on the balance sheet and finding a way to bring in different actors that can play their part in financing water, biodiversity, soil health, and getting money to the farm level that's not only going to drive but sustain the transition is really important. And I think, as Tobias, as you rightly said there, it's about taking some of the theory that we've got that's coming out of putting nature on the balance sheet and driving that through to scalable outcomes with the partnership that we've got. And that's why we want to work together and why we're just thrilled to have the Landbanking Group on board. So
you have strong aspirations for how this can potentially move the dial?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been talking, you know, when we started, Alex, we were a convener. That's what we did. We brought people together to talk. And then we went through this phase of, okay, convening with influence, which was putting ideas and solutions onto the table. We've got to go beyond that. The urgency to act on climate, on nature, on farm profitability, sustainable productivity is all there. And it's only by bringing all the actors together and getting impact on the field that I think we're going to drive this transition in the direction that we want it. So for me, it's really about this kind of third phase of evolution of the Forum, taking us from being an influencer, convener with influence, to being one that can be part of scalable solutions.
And monetization and measurability, to the aspects that Tobias talked about in his inspirational speech earlier, these are obviously crucial, the oil in the wheels to that happening.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we've been hearing downstairs during the course of today's conference, but also in a lot of the work that we've been doing, you know, the data is there. I think you just said on stage, the technology is there to enable us to do that now. There's really nothing standing in our way other than our ability to change a mindset and say, this is what we want to go for.
And we're sitting in Brussels, so maybe also the ability to have your voice heard with those that hold lots of red tape around getting things done and getting out of pilot world that Tobias referenced earlier.
Well, I think so. I mean, you know, policy is an enabler. Let me be absolutely clear about that. And without that enabling role working in the right way, I think, you know, we will struggle to get to scale. But we also have to recognize that there are limits to what public policy can do. And then it's the other market actors, the other NGOs coming together to leverage what the policy is doing and ensure we get the outcomes that we want.
Well, I know Mark, as a founding partner, is hugely excited this third phase of the influence the forum can have. Let me leave the last word with Tobias to know, how excited are you about this agreement today?
Super excited already. I attended a couple of workshops, and it has been super fruitful, and really that's exactly this down-to-earth conversation, no blah blah around it, but okay, how do we get things done, move data from A to B, which contract, where's the benefit for whom? So it's exactly this working environment we now need really to get things done. So I'm super excited and looking forward.
Well, congratulations on the agreement both.
Thank you very much. Thank you.